Hi, everybody. I would like to share an insight that I believe I have, and that is that I believe that much of the history of Western religion, of Middle Eastern religion, is a history of God being inside and outside of a body. It is believed by, I think, most students and scholars of religion, of the Hebrew faith, that the original Hebrews, like those around them, believed in a God who was embodied, may even have been married. But eventually, they changed to believing in a God who was pure spirit, an invisible God, which set them apart from other peoples, other ancient peoples, because their God did not have a body. It was an invisible God. And they didn't make idols that looked like the God because the God was pure spirit. Now, what Christianity did when it had created the Son of God was it put God into a body. God was embodied in Jesus, or Yeshua, who, at the time the figure walked the earth, the name was Yeshua, and then it became Jesus in his Christian followers. And if Christianity put God into a body, Islam pulled God out of a body. And so he went back to being pure spirit again. Okay, now, I think there's an intrinsic tension there, wanting a God who has a body, wanting a God who is pure spirit. A God who is pure spirit seems more dignified, more godlike. But a God who has a body, it's more easy to feel intimacy, to feel close to a God who, like us, has a body. Okay, but there's an intrinsic problem, though, with an embodied God. An embodied God clears his throat, or her, embodied God sweats, eats, drinks, urinates, hiccups, defecates, and to a large extent, the glamour and dignity is kind of lost when you think of a God who sweats and poops. Of course, you could create a body that doesn't do those things, but then would that really be a body? The bodies that we know are bodies that clear their throats, hiccup, spit, fart, and all these other things which are not very dignified, not very glamorous, but they're intrinsic to having a body. So, you know, and then again, I think that having, and also the thing about with Catholicism, this whole thing of the transubstantiation of the host. This is my blood. This is my body. You're eating and drinking your God, committing vampirism and cannibalism. But then again, is it really vampirism and cannibalism? It's not your, is it your species or is it a deity? I can remember somebody saying that certain groups in Africa believe that the Europeans had to be cannibals